Our Father, no. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Got them confused because for the prayer I wanted to do the Lord's Prayer. So join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory, yours now and forever. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. It's a good group. Good small group here, but Bruce is out. He has an injection in his leg. The problems he's had from post-surgery. So I wanted to share with everybody, on Facebook Live. Hi, Facebook Live. Welcome to the Evansville Morning Rotary Club. Glad you can join us. I'm glad everybody can join us. So we have a fifth Thursday on October 29th. And Bruce has put together and teamed up with the Jennings Street Pub House. It's a new watering hole in Newburgh. For a Pints for Polio program. So if any of you want to take a copy of this and put this outside your office, every pint or every beer or alcoholic beverage that's sold, $1 will go to the polio fund for Polio Plus for Rotary. So 5 to 9, there's a food truck outside, and so it's the club's fifth Thursday social. So please, we won't have a meeting in the morning on the 29th, but please try to make it. Jennings Street, Newburgh, downtown Newburgh, and we should have good showing. We want better showing than our last Thursday social, where pretty much was just you and I and Nanny and Susan and Bruce. Okay, so we have that. Chaz has participated in RLI, so if anyone wants to do Rotary Leadership Institute, we have those events that are going on virtually. And so we have enough speakers that we're lined up till early December, but if anybody has any speakers, just send them my way, send them Bruce's way. Any announcements? Anything you want to? So we're carrying on Facebook Live. We're going to try to get a Zoom account to have things on Zoom as well. So hopefully we can boost our attendance. So it's my pleasure. I'm going to introduce Kevin. And Kevin is a native of Mount Vernon. He attended USI. He works as an agency manager for Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. He has 3 teenagers. And he says his passion is live life to the fullest, work hard and play hard. So he's part of a group called 100 Man in Care that Chris is involved in. So I want to introduce Kevin to speak to our club this morning. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, Facebook Live. I'll get away from you guys so I can at least lower the mask so you guys can hear me. All right. So 100 guys who care. I'm just curious. Raise the hands. Who's heard of this? I know Chris has.
Yeah, because of Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, because of Chris.
Okay. So we don't do a ton of advertising, and that's because we don't have a ton of money, and that's because we give it all away. So I've got some handouts in front of you that just shows you who we've given money to in the past, and I'm here to tell you really who we are and how we work. So it all started in November of 2017. I'm on the board of directors for a local charity here in Evansville, and I was having lunch with one of my friends. He's a business owner, and I was asking him to donate to a fundraising cause that we were having. And he told me about a concept that he came across. And it was a bunch of men that just got together and gave away a lot of money. And I'll tell you the ins and outs a little bit here in a second. But he told me about this concept. And I asked where that was. And he said he came across it just doing some research, and it's in Dallas, Texas. So the concept of our group is all across the nation. So we didn't come up with this. We just launched it locally. The name of that group was 100 Men Who Give a Damn. And he told me all about it. I fell in love with the concept, and I said, you know what, let's launch it here. And he said, all right, let's do that. So we got 3 other friends, 5 of us total. We came together and we put together the ins and outs of how it would work here in Evansville. And in February of 2018, that was our first live meeting. And that's when we gave away, I believe our first meeting was $13,000 given away to Youth First, who's the first one on the list. But anyway, in that meeting, the 5 of us got together and kind of, like I said, put together the ins and outs and the details of our group. First off, we didn't want a cuss word in our name. So we got rid of the word damn, because it was 100 men who give a damn out of Texas. So we got rid of that word. And then there's also a group in Evansville called 100 Men Who Cook. And we wanted to, they're a great group as well, but we wanted to differentiate ourselves from them. So we changed the word men to guys. And then we came up with a logo. So we're called 100 Guys Who Care. And this is our logo. Hopefully you've seen it. We've got websites and Facebook pages and as much as we can do on a budget of 0. So we're not an official organization. We're just a group of guys that come together for a common good. And that's to help the community we live in by giving away as much money as we can. So here's how we work. We do the same thing every quarter. So we do this 4 times a year. At the beginning of each quarter, we send out an email to our entire membership. And that email gives our members the opportunity to nominate one local non-for-profit. That's our 2 rules. It's got to be local, because we want to keep money here. And it's got to be a non-for-profit, so a 501c3. So our membership sends in their nomination. We do this every quarter. And then usually we have a list of about 30 or so nominated non-for-profits. Then we send that list back out and give our members the opportunity to vote. They get a vote for their top 3. Then once we compile all the votes, we invite the top 3 to our live meeting. And our live meeting occurs in the middle month of every quarter. So our upcoming meeting is going to be November 19th. So if you want to write that down, November 19th. Anyway, at the live meeting, that's the exciting time, is because we give away as much money as we can. So what happens in that meeting is our members, and right now when we started, we had hopes to get to 100. Now we're living dreams that are being fulfilled much bigger and quicker than we thought they would. I think our current membership is about 187. And people kid around, are you going to change the name of your group? Well, no, because we've already got branding and everything else. So we're 100 Guys Who Care, and we have full intention to grow it just as big as we can. The more members, the more money we can give away. So at our live meeting, the top 3 organizations get to come and give a live presentation. So what we do is our members come for the evening. We have 1 hour social networking type of deal where you're going to meet with 187. Not everybody shows up, so we hope to have 100 people at each of our meetings. And it's an opportunity for our guys to network, to meet new friends, and we call it social networking. There's a table when you walk into our meetings. It's our registration table, and you come in, and here's the whole premise of the group. Every member brings $100. You can bring a check or you can bring cash. And at the registration table, you drop off your $100. It goes into this big locked box. And then in return, you get a voting ballot. And this voting ballot simply has the 3 organizations that are there that night. So at the end of the night, you can check one of these boxes, and that's your vote. So in the meeting, each of these 3 organizations get 10 minutes to tell the group who they are, what they do, and how the money would help them. And it all stays local. So we as a membership, we listen to 3 10-minute presentations, and then there's a Q&A, questions at the end of each presentation. And then at the end of the night, it's just as simple as everybody's heard the 3 organizations talk. You take out your ballot, you vote, you drop it in, and we go back. We have Kemper CPA. They're a third-party group that counts our votes for us because we don't want any questions of rigging anything. So we have a third-party entity that comes in and counts our votes for us, and they come out and tell us. And we have I should have brought it. We have this big, fancy, fake cardboard check that you see on all these organizations where we make a big deal about it. We do a presentation and a picture, and our goal is to give away $10,000 or more each quarter. And I'm proud to say, pre-COVID, we were doing that, but COVID has slowed things down for everybody, including us. But we're still giving away. We're still pushing through and giving away as much money as we can. So I got a handout here on your table. This just shows, since we've been in existence, this is a list of all the charities that we've given money away to. Youth First was our very first one, first quarter of 2018. And you'll see at the top in red, since we've started, we've given away over $121,000. We, like I said earlier, we as 100 Guys Who Care, we are not an official organization. We're not a 501c3. We have no checking account. We have nothing. Like I said, we're just a group of guys that come together and try to run this. The $100 donations, we don't keep a dime of it. It goes straight to that organization. So I'll back up a second. If you remember when I said you come in the beginning of the meeting, there's a registration table and you can write a check. Well, who do you make the check payable to? Because you haven't heard the 3 presentations yet. You just leave that blank. So you write a $100 check, sign your name, drop it in the box. And then at the end of the evening, same night, we come back after we know the winner, and then we write in, pay to the order of the winner. And then we give this organization all these checks and all the cash. So that just shows 100% of it goes to that organization.
So they'll get a big
Oh,
pile
yeah,
of cash.
it's fun.
That's kind of cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, so you avoid the having to get the checking account. Yeah, there's some symbolism of that. That's kind of cool.
A few people bring cash, but most people pay checks. So we have this big box of checks, individual $100 checks. So yeah, at the end of the evening, we all sit at a table and write in,
Right.
for example, youth first, youth first, youth first, youth first. So
It's like a big bag. Here you go.
it's kind of cool. And the whole thing that makes our group work, well, there's a couple things. One is it's fun and it's easy. I mean, a $100 donation to an organization, that's good. But the beauty of our group is the power of numbers. When you got 20 guys coming together doing the same thing, now you've got over $10,000. So that's how we've been able to give 121,000 is each quarter. Youth First got about 13,000. Chemo Buddies was our second recipient, and I believe they got 11,000. I'm going off memory here. I think they got a little over 11,000. And at the time, Chemo Buddies had been, you guys know what Chemo Buddies is? They just simply help cancer patients.
Yeah, we had the lady Andrea come speak to us one time.
So at the time we gave them money, their director told me they had been in existence for 7 years, and our donation to them was the biggest they ever received. So we're really moving the needle for some smaller non-for-profits in Evansville. I mean, $12,000, $13,000, that's a really big deal for some of these. Some of these groups have enough money coming in that this helps, of course, but it's not as much of a needle mover as some of these other ones. For example, Highland Challenger Baseball League, I think 4 days after our meeting, a group of kids got on a plane, and because of our donation, they were able to fly to Philadelphia. And these kids, it's the best thing they've ever seen, is to be able to go to a World Series in Philadelphia. our donation made that possible. Honor Flight was one of my favorite ones. Because of our donation, 23 veterans was able to go to, I saw your hat earlier, sir. Thank you for your service. Thank you. 23 veterans was able to fly to Washington, D.C. in Honor Flight because of our donations. And the list goes on and on. I can tell you a little story about what our money did for these organizations, but I won't take the time to do that tonight. But anyway, our group is just, it's that simple. It's simple, it's easy. We are currently trying to recruit as many guys as we can, just because the more membership we have, the more money we can give away. And at the very bottom, we have a website and a Facebook page. So at very minimal, I would ask you guys to at least go to our Facebook page if you're on Facebook and like it and follow us, just so you can see the good things that we're doing for our community. But an even bigger commitment is you can go to our website and join us if you'd like. The only commitment is pay $100 a quarter. So it's a $400 annual commitment, but it's a tax write-off. I mean, this money is going straight to charity, and it's just a good feeling. A lot of people tell us that they've looked for years about how they could get involved in the community and do a good thing. This is easy and fun, like I've said a couple times. So our website is there. You just go on, and at the top it says "Join Us Now." We ask for your name, your email, so we can send you communication, and then your phone number, and you hit submit, and it's that easy. You're automatically a part of us, and then you can join us on each quarterly meeting and help give away just as much money as we can. I think that's really about it. We don't advertise a ton, just again, because we don't have a budget. We have zero money in our checking account that doesn't exist. So we're just a group of guys that try to spread the word. So I really appreciate the opportunity to come to you guys today, because that's how we recruit. That's how we find new members. Does anybody have any questions?
I like the concept, and as you know, though, a couple years ago, the government passed a ruling that if you pay out of your IRA, you got to take a distribution anyway, and that's taxed, added to your income. And if you take that, so but it has to have, that check has to go directly to that organization. So I don't know how they could make a fake check and say this one will be coming from Merrill Lynch to replace this one.
Yeah,
something.
That gets a little complicated.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
because it has to go directly to the church or to whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah,
It probably would be outside what you guys do.
yeah.
And just giving it to
That would add a layer of complication that may not work in our scenario.
I understand.
But yeah, I wish that change wouldn't have happened. But that's the constant thing in life, is change occurs every day. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have two questions. One is, can one organization win multiple times? And my other question is there a consolation for the two presenters who don't win?
That's a great question. So anytime we have a winner, they are not eligible again for 3 years. So they can win again. It's just not for 3 years, because we want to give other organizations an opportunity. The second and third place, they can come back, but they have to sit out 1 quarter. So the reason we did that is because we want 3 fresh, new presentations each and every quarter. So on this voting template, this was our 2 quarters ago. It says Arc Crisis Child Care Center, they're downtown, the Dream Center, and Gilda's Club. This is a real live ballot of 2 meetings ago. So Arc Crisis Children's Center won. So Dream Center and Gilda's Club they couldn't come back the very next meeting. They had to skip a meeting, but they could come back the next meeting. And in answer to your second question, we have a tiered structure. So our goal is to give away $10,000. So if we make 11,000 or more, we are able to give second and third place $500 each. And then the winner gets the 10,000. If we collect 13,000 or more, we give second and third place $1,000 each, and then the winner just gets the rest. So on times where we drop below 10,000, unfortunately, anytime we drop below 11,000, I should say, second and third place unfortunately doesn't get any money. But they've told us before they just enjoy presenting to our group and educating people. Because I've got to admit, there's some charities on this group that I didn't know existed. I think there's over 2,600 charities in Evansville, and I don't think anybody in this room knows all 2,600. So at the very minimal, it's an education time and piece for some of these, but that's how we work, is through tiered structure.
When they make the presentation, do the other two groups get to hear what?
Nope.
They don't all three present at the same time?
No, we go in alphabetical order. So our Crisis Child Center came up first, and then we have a liaison of one of our 5 committee members, and we took Dream Center and Gilda's Club back into a secluded room so that they couldn't hear the presentation. So we kind of find that unfair if, the third place presenter gets to hear the strategy or whatever of the first 2 presenters. So
I see. That's
they don't get to hear each
They
other.
don't get to
talk.
hear each other. So if you only raise $8,000, then that would just, 8 would go to.
Yeah.
Okay, it's nothing supplemented to make it 10 each time, right?
No.
Okay.
No. And if you see on here, there's one line item that has 3 organizations: Evansville Rescue Mission, Tri-State Food Bank, and Wesselman Woods. That's when COVID hit us, and we decided not to have a live meeting that time. We had a virtual meeting on Facebook Live, just like you're doing here, and we had little donate tabs that people could donate to any of the 3. We didn't do our normal concept of giving everybody, so that's why all 3 of those organizations were winners in that time, because they all got, there was no vote. People just voted for whatever. But then this last meeting in August, we had a COVID-friendly, social distanced live meeting, and that's when Isaiah 117 project won. So, but yeah, good questions. They don't hear each other talk. Yes, sir.
Sorry, Dan.
No, I love it. Let's go.
Well, first of all, I'm going to join because
Thank
it's
you.
right up the alley, the type of thing I like to do. So that's why I'm asking all these questions.
I like it.
What time do y'all meet?
Social, oh my gosh, here we go. Look, it's in our everyday done. The registration and social happy hour is usually at 5 o'clock. That lasts an hour. So our actual meeting where the speakers start to talk is 6 o'clock. It's in the middle month of every quarter. So this quarter is November 19th. And we kind of bounce around because we are so blessed that places in Evansville donate their space. Usually it's at a country club. We've been at Oak Meadow, Rolling Hills, and ECC.
Oh, wow.
So they just donate everything to us. So our November 19th meeting will start at 5 at Evansville Country Club.
And my last question, you keep saying you hope you get 10,000. Are you allowed, are members allowed to donate more than 100?
Yes. So we, the 3 organizations that are presenting live, we set up a table for them, and they can bring flyers, brochures, anything they want. And usually there's 1 or 2 of them that's going to speak for the evening, and they stand at their table starting at 5. So as our social networking time, we can go over and learn more about each of the organizations. But we have a box on everybody's table that even if we collect below 11,000, where the winner gets all and second and third gets nothing, if you like the mission of what the other two are talking about, you could put money in their box too. So at no meeting have we had a group walk away truly empty-handed. So it's pretty awesome.
So meaning they're getting whatever is in the box?
Yeah.
So some people, can someone show up and donate more than 100
Yes.
when they register?
Yes. Our requirement and our commitment, we ask everybody is a minimum of 100.
So, has that happened before? Other
Oh,
folks
yeah.
That
Yeah.
give much more, so.
These meetings are pretty powerful. I've got to admit that I've even had that, because some of these are talking about, honor flight. That was, like I said, that was one of my favorite ones. And chemo buddies. I can tell you stories of my mother and father are both gone. Cancer got both. I mean, the list goes on and on. So the feel good of some of these things, it moves people. And several times have people donated more than 100, and to all three organizations. I saw your hand.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
What about student organizations that claim a 501c3 designation, and then what about veteran service organizations, because they also fall within that category?
Yeah, our two requirements are local and 501c3. So if we know that the money's staying local and they're truly a non-for-profit organization, that's our only two requirements. So any and everybody that can check those two boxes are good for us.
So you're asking, student groups that probably would fall under the universities?
Yep. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get, you're not gonna give money to Notre Dame.
No.
But
you have to be-
or somebody on the
Right.
other end of the state, it's gonna be a local.
A local.
Right. I just think like student organizations, like if they wanted to do some type of specialized project, could they use the organization in order to broaden, obviously, the funding, right?
They have a different status than 501c3, but it's 501c something.
Yeah.
Is that acceptable or?
Yeah, so those two boxes are checked, but then the next thing is to get on our list. Number one, a member has to nominate you.
Sure.
Then you have to be in the top 3 of the voting,
Sure.
and then come and then you're.
So the potential is there.
Yeah, the
to somebody.
potential's there.
Because those are good groups that think, student organizations, and I work at USI, it's that them trying to do some stuff and raise money for their own, for causes they're passionate about is always challenging. So. But that's good that they can compete.
Yeah, we have a guy, once we get the nominated charities, we have a guy that we call him our vetter. So he vets all those to make sure that those two boxes are checked. Yes, sir.
I have a question from Facebook Live from T. Johnson. He said,
Hi, Travis.
have they already decided who their November charities are?
The process has already started, yes. So we have already sent out the nominating email, and we are currently tallying those as we speak.
Thank you, T. Johns. Thank you, Travis. Question of, you guys have a board of directors? Is it a board of?
Since we're not an organization, we can't call ourselves a board of directors. We call ourselves leadership committee,
Okay.
and there's 5 of us. Yeah.
5, and those guys kind of help make all the decisions happen.
Yeah, we get together once a month and just kind of talk and say, what changes do we do? We're trying our best to, our lack is PR because we have no money. So things like this is why I love doing this. I appreciate the opportunity. So just spreading the word. We've been on Midday with Mike. Brad Bird had us on a couple times. We've had local news come to some of our meetings, so we've been on the news. That's the only way we're gonna get our word out, besides word of mouth. Yeah.
What's the average age of the people that participate, the guys?
It's all over the board. Chris, have you been to 1 or 2 meetings?
One, yeah.
Okay, it's all over the board. I wouldn't even begin to say the age average. It's a great mix. We've got business owners, lawyers, accountants, stay-at-home dads. I'm proud of just the pure mixture of people. So I'd just be guessing in the dark at an average age.
Well, the great thing about it is if you're going to network, networking with people that have the kind of values,
Yes.
high ethical standards, and the kind of values these people are gonna have is great, because that's the kind of people that you wanna deal with and trust in the future to help you, or you help them.
Many reasons I love this group, and that's one of them, is because you're there with like-minded individuals that want, have a warm heart, want to help their community, and yeah, for the right reasons.
I'm not asking this to be PC minded, but have you gotten any pushback being called male organization?
Yeah. Early on,
Good question.
in our second meeting, we had a lady contact me and said, "I'd like to join your organization." And as politely as I could say, this is a guys group, but here's what I'll do. I'll help you launch a women's group. And immediately she loved the idea, and there's actually 100 women who care.
Yeah, really.
So her and I went to breakfast, and we put together, I shared with her, because we had just launched this. There's no reason keeping it a secret, because the ultimate winner is our community, and more, they have a list of organizations as well. So in July of 2018, 100 Women Who Care launched, and they've been, right now, during COVID, we decided, the guys group decided just to chug through, because non-for-profits need us more than ever now. And we went virtual, and then last time we had our first social distance live meeting. But yeah, a 100 Women Who Care group was launched in July of 2018, and they still exist.
They call themselves 100 plus.
Yes. Yeah. We asked them if they would want to share our branding and just change guys to gals or women, and they chose to kind of go their own path. So you see their logo. So they look totally different, but conceptually they do the exact same thing we do.
Yeah, it's, and the plus part, that's kind of, that's interesting, because then, if you, there's no sense of changing it, but the plus makes sense if you have 190 women or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's amazing. You would never have a group of men who contact the red hat women and say, "Can we join?"
Yeah. Well, I can't speak to that.
And it's
So yeah, these are all great questions, and that happened, and it took the first lady that contacted us just happened to be gung ho enough that she launched her own group.
That's great.
So, and they got up to $10,000 several meetings too. So we've given away $121,000. They've given away, I'm guessing, I don't know, probably 80-ish. So combined, we've done $200,000 for the community. Yeah.
One more.
No, keep going. I love it. I love
That's
it.
great.
What is the process of joining?
It's as simple as on our website. There's at the bottom of that sheet, go to our website, and at the very top of it, it says, join us now. You click that button, there's 3 boxes to enter your name, email, and cell phone number, and then you hit submit, and you're automatically filtrated into our membership distribution list. So there's no vetting, or there's no application, there's no denial.
But you give sort of your creed as to this is our belief and this is what our values, what we value, and what we're trying to accomplish. And you agree. If you agree with this, then you're welcome to join us.
That's exactly right. So everything about us is on our website, but we understand not everybody's going to peruse the whole thing and know everything about us. So it's my job on the leadership committee that if you hit submit, I'll get an email saying, hey, we have a new member. And my job is to call you and do exactly that. I tell you the commitment you're making. I'll say, hey, the big commitment, we have 2 commitments. One is come to our meetings. The other one is it's a $400 annual commitment. So bring $100 each quarter. Going back to that first commitment, If you can't make our meetings live, we understand, people's got a life to live, we've got kids, work. So missing a meeting is not the end of the world, but we do rely on your $100 donation. So we have a Dropbox, or you can get it to another member to bring on your behalf. So that's our big commitment, is the $100 a quarter. So anyway, that phone call, I go over everything with you. It's about a 10-minute phone call. And if you say, hey, I didn't know it was all about that, then no big deal. We just take you off the email distribute. No harm, no foul.
And you said the next meeting is November 19th.
Yes, sir. That's a Thursday, right? Yep. 5 o'clock at ECC.
So you're doing
Well, that's a nice place.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
I mean, Oak Meadow,
That's
Rolling Hills, and ECC, those are the three that have donated to us.
Well, and even Cambridge has that great big meeting room that
Yeah.
is extraordinarily nice, sitting on the top of the hill.
Beautiful.
Looking out, you can see for miles.
We would love to go there. We just haven't crossed
Contact.
that yet. Yeah. And we usually have just light snacks at each meeting, pretzels, chips. There's no dinner or anything.
And then they sell beer probably and stuff.
Yeah, there is a cash bar at each of these, which helps the social networking piece, I guess. Diet Coke, Bud Light, whatever you like.
Why Thursdays?
We've ruled out weekends, Mondays and Fridays, so we've had a meeting on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's not Thursday every time. So we get together at the beginning of the year and we try our best to put all 4 quarterly meetings on the calendar, just so people can plan. And this coming up, it's just Thursday, just because it is. But Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and/or Thursdays is typically our meetings. We've had them on each of those 3 days. So yeah, if you guys just want to check it out, you can come as a guest. We ask that you come as a guest one time and then make a commitment if you'd want to join. We don't have a police that holds you to that, but that's what we ask. Any other questions?
Sounds great.
Oh, thank you.
Your questions were awesome.
These are
Thank
great
you very
questions.
much.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Thanks for coming. This was wonderful. So
Yes, sir.
what we do is we ask our guests to pick a ticket for the half pot that we have.
So everybody in the room but one is going to be mad at me. I get how that
Okay.
You might get free lunch.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 2, 7, 6.
It's gotta go there.
Okay. Could it be me?
Probably is.
It is. I think it is me. My last ticket. Yes, it is me. Ha ha. Okay. That was the
Recount.
Okay. So
Okay.
I win the pot.
Here's a whole $7.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Now, there's $231 in the kitty. And you're looking for the 9 of spades.
The 9 of spades.
Yes.
Not done.
Oh, lucky there.
Not that one.
9 of spades.
Nope.
10 of spades.
Hey, what?
Oh my
not
goodness.
close, but sorry about
Wah,
that.
wah, wah. That was pretty close. Okay. Another thing we also do is what we Happy Jar, where we just donate. We donate to the club the things that have gone well this week and people's lives and things they want to share. So I'm happy, Kevin, that you are here today. I'm happy to learn about 100 new hair, and I want to join. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being here. That was very interesting. My wife is doing better now after her stroke, and I think we're gonna get back to normal one of these days. I hope.
My wallet, but I'm glad to know that an organization like this exists, and I will be joining.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for coming. It is a tearjerker sometimes on those speakings, so I'm glad to have shared it with people that I knew that would also agree with it. And I hope to see you guys there next month, or this month.
November 19th.
November 19th, yeah, that's it, next month.
It's great to see people that promote having a servant's heart and I love it, and I'm sorry there weren't more people here. And, but I hope a lot of people on the Zoom or Facebook Live respond.
Have you know all the great things that guys that care are doing for our community, and thank you for joining us today.
Sure.
Hey, buddy, let me have that badge and I guarantee you.
I'll put one in.
Okay, sure.
Just thanks for the opportunity of being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I will certainly, I'm
All
sorry.
right, thank you.
I'm
So,
gonna get it right one of
does
these
anybody have any other things for the good of the order? Okay, let's do the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do first.
Is it the truth?
Second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build
goodwill and better friendship. Fourth,
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
thank you. Have a great morning and week. Please pick up one of these if you want to publicize the Pines portfolio in 3 weeks. Thank you, that was great. I'm gonna sign that right now.
Awesome.
That'd be great. Was it Stacy Stratton? Is that
Yes.
her? Okay, because I remember her talking about a club like that. I didn't know that she tried to